Hello and welcome to my channel. It's Darcy's Misadventures with Mixed Media, and I am working on the December daily. The hashtag is Darcy's December daily. It is an open collaboration. Anybody can do it. You can do videos, post pictures, just do it and not post. It's fine. If you do post, just put the hashtag Darcy's Daily December so I can find you, because if you're doing videos, I've got a playlist which is listed in the description box below, and I've been adding anybody who tags me in that playlist. And so yeah, you can just go to that playlist and watch and see what everybody's doing. So today is December 20th and window shopping, and it's just create a visual extravaganza using anything you like. You could do like a glue book type of page. It's a free-for-all. It's just do what makes you happy and what you're in the mood to do. And I think I'm actually going to start out. I don't know if I want to do inks or paints or what. I just know that I'm probably going to cut out circles of whatever I do make. That's all I know at this point. And this is the page I'll be working on, which works out nicely because it does have a flip out. And if I want, I could even, add to this page and make it like a full big long page. But I do see I've got some olive greens and aquas and some deep red, so I'm probably going to keep this page and just maybe do some things over it. So I was thinking of maybe making some ornaments or baubles in the shape of rounds. I've got all my round punches over here, and I'm just going to make some I'm going to make some bigger paper and cut it down and then do stuff with that, I think is what will happen. And of course, I was using my gel plate yesterday, so it's a bit of a mess, and I haven't warmed it up or anything. I'm just going to attempt a cleanup real quick, and that will be what I do here for this. I hope everybody's doing well. I know that it is a busy time of year for a lot of people. And also, I'm wondering, if you're watching this because you like prompts, will you be doing Meg's Junk Journal January? I'm thinking of it. But it may be, I might not do videos on it. I might just do the pages and post them on Instagram. So yeah, we'll see about that, what I end up doing. Oops, it just dropped stuff. Sometimes I will take like a page like that, and sometimes the paint will still show, the black part will still show through sometimes. Alright, I'm gonna let that dry for a little bit. I'm just gonna spray her off on here. That makes, because this was all wrinkledy, it makes an interesting texture, so that would be fun to use collaged on something. Right, I'm gonna leave this for a few minutes, so I will leave it. I might get another plate, we'll see, but I'll be back in just a second for you. Alright, I'm impatient, so I'm gonna pull this. I don't think it's gonna pull everything up, but if I just have most of a clean plate, I will be pretty happy, but I'm not gonna. And the paper ripped and everything. I really need to leave it on there much longer. Let it dry. It's a cloudy day, probably higher humidity, even though it's winter and that tends to be a lower humidity. I'm just kind of peeling it as it, try to break it so that it doesn't keep peeling. You could try from the other direction, but we saw the other direction did not work fantastically. So this is just a cleanup of my plate. Oh my goodness, get the paper off of there. And because I was impatient, then I've lost some on here, but that's okay. It's still fine for collage. Oh my goodness. But yeah, I had a bunch of cleanup. So, breaking that up into smaller pieces will make for some fun collage pieces, or I could even make some ornaments. Cut my circles out of that piece too if I want to. And I got off more today than I did yesterday, so that works well. I'm just kind of pulling up the rest of this paper here. I just kind of pinch it and pull it. As long as you're not digging your nails into it, it's fine. You just don't want to use anything sharp on the gel plate and nothing hot. So no sharp, no hot, nothing with a lot of texture. Which of course right now my brayer has a lot of texture, but whatever. Alright, oh yeah, alright, so I've got alizarin crimson hue and phthalo turquoise. Those are the ones I bought with my Michaels vouchers. Not use my Michaels vouchers so they wouldn't cost as much, I should say. So I'm gonna play with these. Oh my goodness, these are hard to open sometimes. That's how you know it's new, right? No, it looks like somebody opened it in the store and made a mess of it, is what it looks like. And that's why it was hard to open. I know, I wish they would seal these so that you would know, okay, no one's been messing with them. It is a nice dark. So these are heavy bodied ones. I don't always have the heavy bodied. I'm just gonna use that as my brayer off for a second until I get that bit covered maybe. Well, did not intend to do that, but that's alright. And I don't really want texture. I want to use a more stamping and whatnot, I think. So I'm just gonna, oh my word. Well, this time I am gonna do texture. You know why? Because I don't have a paper right next to me and it's gonna take a little longer than I need. That'll be dry before I find my paper. So I'll just do a little bit of stamping in there. And I'm gonna go run and get a, oh my goodness, wet paper towel, damp paper towel to set my stamps on so that so I can get the paper off quickly and easily. This is one of my favorite stamps by Carrie Griffiths, Carrie the Crafter, that sold at PM Artist Studio. This one with sketchy circles. This one is a red stamp. So there's those, and this one is just a cheap one off of Amazon. It's a damask. Just gonna do a little bit of that in there too. And because since I am going to be cleaning my stamps anyway, I'll use more stamps than I usually do, since I'll have a little thing here to pick them up. So I'm gonna let that dry and then pick it up with probably cream or something. So I've just got a plastic tray that I've got wet paper towel on, and I'm just going to set my stamps on there so they don't get dry and keep using them. I'm not actually setting them in water per se, just on the wet paper towels. They're more than damp. I got them soaked, wrung them out just a little bit, and then put them on the plastic tray. And while I was looking for paper, I found this, which is one of my Use It or Lose It books for this year. And I found some quilts that have like Christmassy colors. So I think I'm going to cut some of these out, especially the Christmassy ones, and use some of those. And I might even do like a whole bunch of journal cards made out of these quilts, because that's kind of what I wanted to do with this book, and I don't want to lose it. Alright, but this is what I was looking for, to use just some of these black and white pages for picking up prints. Gives a little bit of something in the background that is a little bit abstract. It seems like it is a sewn signature, so I'm just trying to find the middle of a signature. Is that it? Nope. So when you have a book, you find, and it's sewn in, if you find the middle of the signature, there we go. I don't know if you can see those little strings, then you can go ahead and find yourself a utility knife or scissors or whatever and just cut those carefully, not towards you, away from you would be better. Do as I say, not as I do, and they'll just pull right out easily. And like this with some transparent paint over it would be really cool. So yeah, I might have to do that with some of these. Also that. So yep, I'm going to use these, and then the last one is usually glued in a little bit. And then you can go find your next signature and continue on like that. Okay, I'm just going to take my buttermilk, which is almost gone even though I bought the big one. What is up with that? I don't remember using it that much, but obviously I use it quite a bit. And I'm just going to put my pickup. This is a pickup layer. I'm not going to do any more patterns or textures. I'm just going to, I let this first layer dry. Get that off of there. That was paper, that was all. And pick it up with this. Buttermilk is a nice creamy, yellowy, creamy color. And just going to take one of these pages here and plop it on there. And then I'm just going to brayer off on the back of this just to clean off my brayer a little bit. My brayer is, it really needs to get peeled soon. I'm really hoping today will be the day that it will just maybe start peeling for me. Hope springs eternal. Alright. And I'm just going to be gluing these onto the page, so I don't need them. They're not going to be like journal cards or anything. So when I make my circles, I can just do it on this thinner paper. It's fine. And a little bit was left on the plate. That's okay. And this is what we ended up with right here for right now. I like that there's a little bit of the old green that came up. In fact, let's do our next layer with some green. And if I do it thin enough, so it can be somewhat transparent. So most paint, if you, oh, this one stinks a little bit. If you do it thin enough, will be transparent. And I like that one there. This one would be good too. But I will most likely cut this out, and I like that background bit. Let's see, get a lighter. This is closer to the turquoise that's in the book probably. That's on the page that's in there, except for, you know, a little bit more grungy than that. And that's a little thicker than I might want. That's what that looks like real quick before I do that. Looking for a place to get the rest of this off. There we go. Oh, and also on there was like a darker green, right? And I think my golden sap green, which I want to get the thicker version of that at some point. That is bright. But we got some green and some turquoise in there. I'm going to take my sap green hue. There's still a lot. Oh, and look, we got a little bit of transfer. So good to know that this book transfers. So that's interesting. Oh my goodness. Really hope this brayer peels today. Just saying. Alright, well, since it transfers, let's just go ahead and take that one and do that. Ouch. These are a little bit glossy. The pages are a little bit glossy, but it's not that big a deal. This is 2 pages, by the way. Yes, we got a transfer. I'm going to let that dry and then pick it up on some plain paper somewhere, somehow. Or I don't know what I'll pick it up on, but you know, I'll pick it up on something. But yeah, I love when I get transfer from a magazine or a book. And that's a really good transfer too. Just saying. Alright, it's mostly dry. Well, if it's not dry enough, I'll lose it. But, oh well, that's not the total end of the world. Alright, this one's smoother, so I'm going to try this one. And then I can just kind of go over it like that. And I'm actually going to pick it up with this, because then maybe some of that will show in the background if it doesn't totally pick up. You know. And I'm just going to brayer off on this side here. Sometimes you like the brayer offs the best anyway. Depends what you're going for. I could be using my Baron. That would make sense too. And also, you know, helps my shoulder if I do that. And oh, that yeah, that's right, because it was the same magazine. So I mean, same book. So I got a little bit of transfer there. Oh yeah, I like how the background also shows through too. So we have the quilt showing and the wood grain still showing through, plus little patches of darker. Yep, I like that. That's very cool. Glad I did it that way. Just never know what you're gonna get. Payne's Gray, why not? Because that would make it nice and dark. Whatever I decide to put on here for a, oh my goodness. I'm not sure if my plate needs cleaning or what, but usually if it starts to get sticky like that, that is potentially, you know, just needs a good clean. We'll do that one. See how it comes out, and then this is a double page, so I can, oh shoot, I didn't want to do that. What do you do if that happens? If it's still wet, you can probably do that to get some of the, oh my goodness, I just unplugged my phone. Alright, this should be okay. But as long as the, oh my goodness, what am I looking for? I had, oh my goodness. Alright, just took a paper towel to take some of the wet off of there. And pull this up. And I left it too long, so I did not get the transfer because I forgot that's what I was doing. Just saying. Forgot I was doing a transfer. I mean, I can still see it enough under there that if I wanted to take like a white marker or something, or some kind of, any kind of marker, I could go over it to bring it out if I wanted to. And then I wouldn't have to, you know, I could leave the numbers back there and you wouldn't have to see the numbers as much, but you could still see the design. But that did not work as a transfer because I left it down too long, is what happened there. But I still want a dark color. This time though, I'm going to pay more attention to what I'm doing and not get distracted, because that would be good. Alright, and it's a fluid paint, which is fine. Alright. And pull it up, and there we go, a nice clear piece of the thing. Now we need to let it dry. Let's see. Oh, we've got those pieces down there too, which is interesting. I was thinking of maybe it's not quite big enough. Okay, so let me find, this is going to dry for a minute. I'll be right back. Probably hasn't dried long enough, but I'm impatient. I'm going to use the light olive Master's Touch to pick it up. And I'm going to use a music page as my page for picking it up. Because then we'll have the music in the background. Because it is a fairly transparent, I know it's fairly transparent because you can see the picture even through that. Oh my word. Oh, I forgot. I don't like this like on top of the blue like that. It ends up looking swampy. Alright. Oh, it did not pick it up. I mean, it did a little bit. It's still down there quite a bit. So, and now we've got music on there too. So let that dry for a minute because that could be a fun pickup. Okay, again, picking it up with the buttermilk, which someone needs to put in my stocking. Because it's just about gone. Oh, and it's starting to dry already, which is why it's picking back up. I'm going to use this piece to pick it up and see how that turns out. Just going to brayer off here, brighten that page up. Alright, the last one, I don't know if it was the texture of the paper, because this feels different than some of my other, but it is just my music book. It weirded me out though because it was blank on the back, but that's just because it was the last page in the book. Most of those have double sides. All right. Do we go ahead and pick it up? Maybe. Oh yeah, it's picking it up good this time. I don't know why. I usually print on 32-pound premium paper, and so that's what this should be. And so we do have the quilt showing, and I don't see the music as much, but I know it's back there. And also we can see the wood grain and the other parts behind there just a little bit, which just gives more interest. And it's like a grungy quilt. It's kind of cool. Anything else? Let's see. Maybe we'll do this one in red this time. Oh, that's turquoise. You said red. Fine. We'll do turquoise because that's the one I picked up. Sometimes it's more about the paint you can find than the paint that you want. I need to make sure I don't run out of power though, because I did. The thing is, the cord's not long enough, so I have to have the plug-in thing up on the desk, and I kept hitting it with my arm. So that is lovely. Just doing a transfer, so we don't want to leave it too long. Oh shoot, I didn't leave it long enough. That's okay. I might go ahead and just, while it's still wet, just pick it up on there and see what we can get. Not much. I've got a little bit of those cross lines showing, which is cool. Now we have just a little bit of grunge on the plate. That works nicely. If I let it dry, I might get some of those things, but maybe not. I'm just going to use my alizarin crimson hue on here, which will brown or purple out the turquoise. Just gonna pick some up. Sometimes, oh, that's what it is. There's like drippy bits of paint that get down there, and then they wipe the paint back on, and that's where I get these blotchinesses. So if you want to get rid of those, you just use your tweezers and pull it out. It's not too big of a deal. And, oh my goodness, that is great transfer. I wasn't even trying to get the transfer. I was just trying to get paint on paper. I'm just going to pick this one up with the olive green, with my giant brayer. And use a 32-pound. That was a little thick. I could have brayered off a little bit more, but I don't have a brayer sheet off to the right of me. So I just wanted to, need to find myself a, is it where it's supposed to be? No, it is not. Oh, tweezers. Yes, there are some tweezers up there where they're supposed to be. So you just, when the paint starts to get thick there, try not to scrape your brayer with your tweezers. Just kind of grab the paint. And you could even probably use, I have a palette knife here somewhere. Palette knife would work to push that out, but because it gets thick if you're not paying attention, life goes fast. But yeah, it's on there pretty thick. But yeah, but that's what happened is this paint gets thicker and thicker and then starts to interfere with your brayering. So you just have to pull it out the best you can. It's especially thick on this side. Can't believe that I pressed the off button instead of the unpause button. Also, I'm distracted because I keep hearing doors. So I don't know if my Amazon fresh order is here yet or not. But that transferred really well. Okay, so let's see. Is anybody wondering what that book was? I didn't really show it super clearly. So if you find it in a thrift store and want to get it for transfers, it was a quilting book. Well, if I find it before we're done, I'll show it to you. Why is it so hard to find that I just have? Right here, American Treasury of American Quilts, Cyril I. Nelson and Carter Houck. There's the ISBN number, 0-517-448-610. I got it at the thrift store. And so there's that. Alright, I think I have enough pages. No, I'm just going to do a couple more and a couple colors, because I can always add more. So let's do another one with the crimson. Didn't I bring over the other red? Yes, I did. They're pretty much the same. I don't know. This one's also, this is just crimson, not alizarin. Not, what is it? Alizarin. This one's just crimson, so it's just slightly different. But mixed together on the plate, probably be nice. I did not pick it all up, that's okay. Just pick up some more. And that left something on the plate that may or may not pick up. Let's see. Let's go ahead and do this turquoise mixed with a little bit of this turquoise just to darken it up a little bit, because it's just a little bright. That is a lot of paint, more than I probably need. Oh, what I do. Had a little too much paint on there, that's all. And I will pick this one up with some music paper. Just get the whole thing here. Just get the whole book. When I go to thrift stores, I look for these kinds, which were used in teaching. So you might have even fun pencil marks, which are a nice addition. But they have a nice feel. They don't have the words, they just have the music. So they're the kind that I like to find when I'm at the thrift store. Alright, I think I have enough to play with now. And a little bit of grunge left on the plate for later, because that's fun. And I can even use just some plain music as well. Alright, put my brayer back up there. This one I'm going to attempt to peel later. Ooh, it feels like it's thick enough. It should. So some of you ask, how do you know when it's ready to peel? Well, when it's coming off the edge like that pretty thickly, then you can probably get a nice... What I'm pulling off here is not brayer. It's all paint. I know it looks like brayer, but it's not. It's just... Okay, this one's ready. Yay! It's finally... Do you want me to... Alright, if you don't want to watch the peeling of the brayer, you can fast forward. And if you do, well, bonus footage here if I can get it. I'm just starting with this, and I'm not going to try to get it in one. It would ideally be nice to get it in one piece, but it's kind of hard to do. But if I can even just keep peeling it so I don't have to keep sticking my fingernail under it, it's nice. This is thick paint. Alright, there's some paint here that's getting stuck on the edge. And then I will have a fresh, clean brayer. These speedball brayers, the ones that have the red handle and the cream colored brayer part, are my favorites. They're a soft brayer. They work great just straight to paper, and they work great on the gel plate. So if you don't want a gel plate but you want to be able to use a brayer, I recommend this one because it's a soft brayer and works great on paper. It is pricey, so it's like 18 bucks. Whether you get the 4-inch, and the 6-inch one's only $1 more than the 4-inch one, which seems ridiculous. But either one is good. I have both. So watch for them to go on sale. Like if you can maybe look on Amazon and put it in your save for later, and then you can see when it goes on sale. But I wouldn't waste my money on cheap brayers, because then you're going to be like, well, this sucks. I don't like this brayer. Wasted my money on, what, even if it's a $5 brayer, that's $5 on a brayer that doesn't work great. It's not helpful. I mean, you can make it work. But really, once I got this one, I never even touch my cheap ones anymore. So there's that. I just want to get this stuff off the edge here. Some people will take the time to kind of cut across, make a line across, and then peel the whole thing. But I'm probably not going to use it as one. I'm probably not going to save it, to be honest. I have no interest in saving brayer off or paint skins at this point in time. I may later. I mean, this one happens to have a lot of texture and would be really cool. Could make a really cool piece of collage. But I just don't have the space. That's what it amounts to. Is I have too much stuff already, and I don't have the space for that kind of thing. So, all right, I've got my music page if I want it. These, and also people ask, you know, where do you dry your brayer offs? But here's the thing. I mean, my gel prints, it's such a thin layer of paint that it dries really fast. However, you don't want to stack, they will stick to each other if you stack them on top of each other. So there is that. Now I just need to decide if I want to just cut these into circles or if I want to cut circles and then, I don't know. Well, let's just cut a couple of these and see. I've got different size circles. I don't really want tiny circles though. Let's go for these larger. So this one is 1.5 inch, and you don't have to have punches. You could just trace something and cut circles, or don't do circles, do another shape. It's easier. You could do triangles and do like little trees. Like I could totally do one of my stamps even. If I had it. I had them here a minute ago. There it is. So I could even do this on here. Do I have a white ink? I mean, I know I have a white ink. Just don't know where is my white ink? Or an oxide will work. Ooh, this oxide will work. The Twisted Citron will probably work nicely. And the reason the oxide will work is because it's opaque, so it will show up on the dark color. So, you know, there's that. And then I'll cut that out. Might add some of these to my page just for fun. It could be, okay, it doesn't show up quite as much as I thought it would, but it shows up a little bit. And when you cut it out, and it wasn't dry, so my thumb kind of like took some of it off, but that's okay. That's all right. That's all right. Oh, now I have to see something. Where'd one of my circles go? I don't know where my circles went. Let's cut some more circles either way. Oh, they're right here. They're upside down, so I can't see them. I mean, they're still circles, but, you know. Alright, so we got some green circles. I'm going to save that. Some lighter green circles. Of different sizes. I don't want them to all be the same size. Okay, so what I said. So this one was 1 3/4. This one is 1.5 because you know, why not have every possible size circle you can? Because I hate getting out my Sizzix. I have a Vagabond too, but that might be partly why. You gotta plug it in and all the things. So yeah. Oop. About to spill. Let's not do that. And let me find a bigger. Oh, nope, that's not a bigger circle. Oh, here's a bigger circle. This one is 2 inches. I knew I had a 2-inch one. Sometimes you have to cut down to the edge to get in where you want to get into there. And I'm going to use this because it's got that nice background of the quilt, which is super pretty. Love it, love it, love it. Okay. And some other size circles. The dogs are barking. Well, yeah, I think it's more than one dog. Definitely one. I hear the dogs. The dogs are barking. Do 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 do. Okay, get a little bit of the words on that one. Alright. And some smaller ones. I got way more circles than I'm going to need, but that's okay. And then I'm going to lay these out. Oh, do I want some of this one or not? It's a little bright. We'll do smaller ones maybe. But there is also some grunge. One bigger one. Love the grunge. Oh, and one of these maybe. With the number. That's nice. We like the number. Okay. So, let's lay all these out. And add some stamping. They are bright. Alright. Where's... Alright, these are my little funky other trees. I've got some whimsical trees in the shop at PM Artist Studio. They're just lots of whimsy and fun. Alright, don't need the paints right now. And some red. This one is tulip red. It's going to be a little brighter. But I'm just kind of going across like that. Just kind of getting some of the sides here. Just getting a little bit on them. Not totally covering them. Just for some background stamping. And where'd my sketchy circles go? Oh, they're over here being sketchy in the wet. Probably don't want to. It's alright, we'll just use some oxide, which will oxidize as it gets wet with what's on there, and that could be fun. And I'm just gonna basically, well, oxidized a little too much. Potentially. Just kind of getting some on there. Just, here we go. I think it's getting on there a little bit. And we've got this one, which could use a little drying off. But I get a lot of grungy colors on there, which is fine. Let's do turquoise. Oh my goodness. So some of these are oxides and some of these are the VersaFine. This one's a VersaFine. And just going to lay them out again. Just get some of it on, some of them. Not going to worry, not wearing them. I just want some interest on them more than anything. It's all good in the neighborhood. Yep. And now what? Should I doodle? I wasn't planning on doodling, but why not? That could be fun. But I might do that after they're on the page. So let's go ahead and place them on the page. I have an idea for a focal point, which I found when I was walking across the room earlier. Alright, I'm just going to glue these on randomly and funly. So the idea of, I may put strings on them too, which I think that was something that Ava did. If you look in the playlist for the December Daily, you will find Ava. She is she Mixed Media Mess? I don't know, but she's been doing the challenge, the December Daily. It's not a challenge. There's no challenge to it. You just have fun with it. But she's been doing that. And so she's not an official collaborator, but it's an open collaboration that anybody can join in, which she did, and I'm so thrilled that she did. It's been fun getting to know her, hearing her stories, and she's also been combining it with the watercolor videos that she's been watching. I can't remember who does the watercolor videos, but I think she has it linked in some of her videos. So, and she's been doing little reels on Instagram and everything. And who else have I kind of like found through this challenge? Whispering. Alright, I don't know which I need straight. I think I need my harlequin straight more than I need the pattern in the background straight. I mean, you know, that's just how my brain works. I should put the big ones down first, huh? Nope, there's no should. I could put that one off to the edge a little bit. I could put the big ones down first. There's no shoulding on ourselves. Shoulding. SHOULTING. I'm not swearing, I swear. I'm gonna kind of group some of them together because that's cute. And I'm just being super random. This is not what I had originally planned to do with these pages for the 20th. I actually originally was going to do like a big fun glue book page, but then when I looked at my magazines, I didn't have as many fun pages as I thought that I had or used to have, or I don't know, nothing sparked. There was no spark. There was no chemistry between me and the oh, sorry, there was no chemistry between me and the magazines this time. But that's okay. Some of these might get covered up, and that's also okay. And this is more muted than this, and that's also okay. We don't have to have perfectly matchy. We're just having fun. That's what this is about. It's about fun. And if you can, it's about letting go and creating, and have fun in the creating. Don't worry. Don't worry about it. just don't worry about it. This is a free-for-all. This is just a fun extravaganza kind of a page. Do what makes you happy. If putting paint on paper makes you happy, then totally do that. All right, we got red. Put a fourth one over here. That will totally drive Patricia crazy. Teasing. I'm teasing. I love Patricia. I love her like family. Okay, let me cut off these edge pieces here. And I might go ahead and put my focal point on first and then do some doodling, but mostly because I don't want to do all the doodling and then cover it up. Right now, this is background, and I'm gonna fussy cut these out because it just amuses me, this picture. You could even approach this prompt like, you know, if it was a window display. Let's see, how do I want this? I guess he's tipping her like that. Oh, forgot her. And I didn't save her shoelaces because I did not want to get all fiddly. So I cut off her shoelaces, and the ribbon I just cut a little shorter so it was a little less fiddly. And I'm not going to worry too much about, I don't want too many folds. I'm going to put them like this so that when this folds over, it's fine. But then, you know, you've got their feet kicking out of there. I think that'll be fun. Alright, got some art glitter glue here. It doesn't have any glitter in it, but it should dry quick. It dries quickly and holds pretty well. You don't have a lot of time to readjust. Oh my goodness, if you don't want to get glue on your stuff, don't glue on your stuff. Just saying. But it is pricey. What makes it good though is the precision tip. So if you just get like the one bottle with the precision tip, and then you could refill it even with, Aleene's has a quick dry tacky glue. So you could even potentially, you could potentially refill it with something off. This little pom-pom came off his hat, but I won't worry too much about that. Just get that way down in the crease as well as I can. There we go. I think that's fun. And so now I think I'm gonna go upstairs and do some doodling because I'm tired. Hubby's not feeling well today, and so I'm going to go do that, and then I will be back to show you what it looks like when it's finished. And here it is all doodled up, and it's nighttime now, so I'm having to use my flash just for you to see it. I'll show it again in the next video, but I needed to get this video completed. So thanks for joining me today. Have a delightful day. Love you.